I'd like to call the meeting to order. Our first item is our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vice Chair, could you read our mission statement?
Marshall Public Schools develops the potential of each learner for success in a changing world.
Thank you. We need approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Any additions? Hearing none, please vote. The agenda is approved. Tiger Spotlight.
This month we'll take the opportunity to recognize our spring sports state tournament participants. I know we've got some of them coming into the room here shortly. That's true. Hello. We have some track and golf student athletes who participated in the State High School League Spring Sports State Tournaments, and some of them are here this afternoon, and we'd like to recognize them. So I'll just read off all the names, and then Jeff, if you could go out front and greet them and shake their hands and present them with their certificates, that would be great. In golf, we have Kaylee Gosson and Anna Schwartz, Coach Gretchen Flynn. And in track, we have Kobe Hilton, Claire Boersma, Kaya Suker, Nicole Sample, and Natalie Sample. Also, alternates Sid Blamy and Allison Mortier. Coaches Dave and Marie Sample. Congratulations to all of our spring state participants. Congratulations.
You can stay, but you don't have to.
Public forum. Is there anybody in the public that'd like to approach the board? Now is your time. Move on to our consent agenda. Do we have a motion? I'll make a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please vote. It is approved. Moving on to our financials. We have approval of our bills for June. Mr. Lamprick.
All right, Mr. Chair, the bills for the period of June, July of this year by fund category as follows. General Fund, $700,219.59. The Transportation Fund, $30,229.83. Community Services Fund, $71,164.06. The Capital Outlay Fund, $101,732.51. The Construction Fund, $274,161.10. That makes a grand total of $1,177,507.09. And I would recommend approval of the bills for the period June, July, Mr. Chair.
Very Good. Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Please vote. Is approved. Treasurer's report, anything you'd like to add?
The only thing that I'd like to add in regards to the Treasurer's report is that on that 3-year summary comparison report, both in the revenue and expenditure side, we're really where we should be at. And so I think we're on target. We're lacking a little bit in general fund revenue coming in, but that eventually will get there. But I believe at least with the completion of the fiscal year of 15-16, we appear to be in pretty good shape. And obviously, our audit process now is going to be going into full swing, and we'll see actually how those numbers turned out.
Very good. Board forum, did anybody on the board have anything they'd like to bring up? Pride of the Tiger went well, did it not?
Good, I need a little update on that. So a couple updates for the Pride in the Tiger Foundation. They held their largest fundraiser of the year with the golf tournament. Several people here participated in that, so thank you. They had about 100 golfers. I think their net this year will be about $6,000 more than last year, which will be a nice contribution back to the schools in Marshall. So it should end up around 18,000 net versus about 12 last year. A large part of that was driven by our raffle ticket sales, which several of you also participated
You didn't win anything.
in. Some winners.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Sorry.
I did, Kurt.
Here you go, Bruce.
I did.
So did Jeff.
Very good. Thanks for your hard work with that.
The other thing I was going to update is they're just still in the process of their executive director search interview selection process, which should be finalizing, I think, this week.
Very good. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Scott and Karen and I were involved in the Community Services Director interviews. We have hired, and he's accepted Scott Vandermillen. Is that right? Yeah, he was an AD in Des Moines, formerly an AD in Mitchell, South Dakota, and Harrisburg, South Dakota. So he will start. I'm not sure when he's going to start. Probably soon.
SMSU grad,
Right.
so he's got the nice, all 5 of the candidates had Marshall ties, which was really nice. And they just, I thought it was a really nice group. It seemed like they were all interested, and they all would have brought something to the table, no matter who got hired.
It wasn't an easy decision.
I can't imagine.
Very good. The executive group did meet with some consultants to talk about future surveys for the school district. It's got some information on that. Anything else? Administrator's report, Mr. Munson.
I'll just go through a couple of the reports and then let Bruce give his. In my report, there's information about the settlement with the Marshall Principals Association. That is an agenda item on the agenda today. Matt touched on the search for the new Community Services Director, and just to reiterate, all of the candidates I thought were really good, and it was a very good process. And then just shared some very preliminary student enrollment projections with you. One thing I didn't put in my report, and it just kind of happened, news came out over the weekend about a possible special session in late July or August, so we definitely will look forward to that and hope that it happens. It certainly could have an impact and effect on our school district, so we'll keep our eyes open on that. In Tiffany's early childhood report, she shared information about some ECFE classes that were offered in May and June and that they went well, and then also some pathway funding, which is essentially scholarships for families, and how those are beneficial too. In Darcy's report from Parkside, there's information, pretty detailed information about her site continuous improvement plan and the goals that were set at Parkside. Also, if you haven't been by Parkside, the new playground is almost complete, and several people helped make that happen, and we want to recognize all of those people that are included in her report. And then really each of the administrators' reports has a staffing update, including Darcy's. From Mary Kay's middle school report, the middle school was again recognized for their efforts with PBIS. I want to say this is the third or fourth consecutive year that the Department of Education has recognized them and their efforts, so that's exciting. Again, hiring updates, and then she provided some details about a variety of start of the year activities, including orientation and scheduling at the middle school. Brian's high school report, again, a staffing update and some enrollment information. And he also shared information about the student survey that was given and a 5-year average versus the results from 2015-16, which were positive and in many aspects above the 5-year average. Bruce Remy's activities director report, information about an app, a Marshall Tiger app that is being developed. So hopefully that will come out here for the fall. And then also an update on the M Club Athletic Hall of Fame. I think they're still seeking nominations. And then quite a bit of information about district football and how the State High School League kind of shuffles the deck, if you will, every couple of years. And he provided an update for that. And then I'll turn it over to Bruce for his report.
For my report, I think most of the items that I have listed are basically self-explanatory. I just want to do a follow-up on the ABE rental agreement that I am in contact and have had a couple visits with the representatives from the county regarding that proposal, that proposed agreement that came forward from Lyon County. And we're working on some language issues on that, and then also on the rental rate that's being proposed. We're looking to negotiate that down, feel that the change in what we had been paying for quite a number of years and what they're asking us to pay now starting July 1st is quite a difference, and that needs to get worked through. So I'll keep you posted as to how that's working itself through. Any questions on any of the items the other items that I had on my report?
Just keep us posted on the rate increase. Easy.
We got other options in case that doesn't get worked through.
Yeah, we would have to look at other options. Yeah.
We don't have them yet.
No.
Moving on to our discussion items on the first reading of policies 206 through 214. This is the first reading. Did anybody have any questions on any of the policies? Anyway, moving on to our next second reading of the policies of 201 to 205. Any questions? Move on to our action items. First one is approval to provide notice of school board candidate fouling. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
And we need a second. It's open for discussion. It's a very fulfilling position. So the public should step forward. I guarantee you'll never regret it. So I'll call for a vote. It is approved.
Jeff, did you mention the filing dates?
No. Can we go back and mention them?
August 2nd to August 16th.
Thank you. August 2nd to August 16th.
And they can file in the district office, and there's a $2 filing fee. File in the district office, and there's a $2 filing fee.
All right. Approval of the 2016-17 literacy plan. Do we have a motion? I'll move to accept. Do we have a second? Second. It's open for discussion.
Just, you've seen this for a number of years already, but the state of Minnesota has a requirement that each district has a literacy plan that's really focused on read well by third grade and ensuring that as many of our students as possible are reading at or above grade level by third grade. The literacy plan, if you haven't read it, has a variety of information, including goals and objectives, some data and results, and also sort of a breakdown of assessment details. It goes into parent communications, and it just basically says, here's what, as a district, we're going to do to ensure that all students are reading at or above grade level by third grade.
Call for a vote. Is approved. Approval of our student handbooks. Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
It's open for discussion. Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote. It is approved. Approval of the 2015-16 Early Childhood Screening Report. Do we have a motion? And a second. Deon, you want a second?
second.
Okay, thanks. Open for discussion.
One of the things I would mention is I think staff, including Tiffany Teskey, is really doing a good job of reaching out and trying to screen as many of our students as possible. The earlier, the better. That affords us an opportunity to intervene if necessary, but this is a really important step in the process of getting kids ready for school, and also the previous couple items ago when you approved the literacy plan, just helping us reach that goal of having 100% of our students reading well by third grade. So kudos to Tiffany and our staff for really doing a good job beating the bushes to screen our early childhood students.
Very good. Call for a vote. It is approved. Approval of the Marshall's Principals Association Master Agreement for 2016 through the 18th. Motion to approve. Is open for discussion. Hearing none, let's vote. It is approved. Approval of Administrative Support Group's contract for 2016 to the 18th. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion to approve. I'll second. It's open for discussion.
Just really a couple highlights of this agreement that has been reached and is being recommended for your approval. There's money on the salary scale. That's one of the items. There's additional money as far as district contribution for the health insurance in the second year. And then there is some additional money being put on the 403B matching plan for both years. So those are really the highlights of that proposed agreement.
Very good. Any questions? Hearing none, let's vote. It is approved. And we need approval to cancel the August 2nd work session due to not having enough board members here. I'll make a motion to approve. Matt seconds. Any discussion? I think we'll just squeeze it all into one meeting on August 15th. So be prepared for the longer meeting. Okay, please vote. Is approved. Approval of our managed print service vendor contract. Do we have a motion? And I'll second. It's open for discussion.
Got Todd is here to share a little information. Sorry, Bruce, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Todd is here to share a little bit of information about the process and how we've come to this point. Thanks for being here tonight, Todd, today.
Thank you. Yep. Chairman Chapman, Superintendent Munson, members of the board, directors, and staff. Thank you for your time this evening. As many of you know, my name is Todd Pickthorn. I'm District Network Services Coordinator for the district. In May, we assembled a request for proposals, an RFP for managed print services to the district. RFPs were sent out to 6 vendors, of which 3 submitted proposals. Some of the desired outcomes of managed print services are controlled print costs, encouraging efficient printing, standardization, and saving time. The vendor decision is based on price, equipment and services included, solution and design features, experience and qualifications of the business and individual members of the business in accomplishing similar services, speed and predicted reliability of the equipment proposed, predictable and timely information sharing, in addition to a vendor's understanding of our environment. Myself and Bruce Lamprecht, Director of Business Services, have completed the comprehensive analysis of the proposals submitted in response to the RFP for managed print services. Our recommendation upon completion of review is to select Bennett Office Technologies to continue to provide their services. I welcome any questions you may have on the process or the recommendation.
Board open for questions.
Where are we at with this contract compared to the last one? Cost perspective?
Very similar, fractions of a penny difference.
And same amount of prints, less prints, more prints?
It's based on a click, so our print volumes have grown a little bit over the course of the 5 years, but you know, we have put in place some new tools in the last couple of years, such as Schoology. It allows our staff to upload their documents electronically, and now the students have devices, so we're hoping that our volume decreases. And we also included in this RFP a tool that does a better job of reporting who prints what and where, so that's part of the proposal as well.
Part of that too, I think, Kurt, is and board members, is probably as our enrollment goes up, everything else remaining the same, we're likely to see an increase in copies, if you will, or clicks.
Yeah.
Does all the old equipment go out and all new equipment comes in? Is that the way
Yeah, most of the production print fleet is replaced with new, and there are some devices that are in classrooms that don't have a lot of prints in them that won't be replaced. But for the most part, all the equipment will be new that we're using in the production print and in the office areas.
90% of it will be new?
Yeah, I don't, it's over 50% for sure. I don't know about 90%.
And we do have in place a process to replace equipment as time and usage dictates, and that over the past 6 years has worked out well for us as far as replacing devices on an as-needed basis. And so that would continue.
Yeah,
And I
if
would
there's
just
a s-
echo. Go ahead, Todd.
If there's a service issue,
Yeah.
it's been taken care of. So.
And I would just echo the recommendation that Todd is bringing forth. We certainly appreciate the due diligence that all three of the vendors did in preparing their proposals. We had 3 very good proposals. A lot of work was done, and we want to acknowledge that work that took place. But using the criteria that we had and that Todd mentioned to make a determination, we are recommending Bennett Office Technologies for a 5-year contract.
Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, I'll call a vote. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. It is approved. Approval to close this session. I make a motion to close. This is for an evaluation purpose of our superintendent. And Matt seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Vote. The meeting's now closed. Thank you. Okay, the meeting is now open. Now I'll review the performance evaluation of the superintendent of schools. This is by the school board. An online evaluation was completed by the Marshall School Board and school administration. The evaluation also included a self-evaluation piece completed by Mr. Munson. The review was broken down into 5 sections: policy and governance, instruction and leadership, organizational management, professionalism, and attributes. The ranking scale was 1 as poor to 5 as very satisfactory. Low are these rankings for this year. Policy and governance was a 3.5. Instructional leadership was a 3.3. Organizational management was a 3.47. Professionalism was a 3.63. Attributes was a 3.64. You see the numbers from 2015. All of them have improved. The board is extremely satisfied with the performance of our superintendent.
Just for clarification, Jeff, it's actually a 1 to 4 scale. It's not- it's not
1 to
Yeah,
4
that's-
then.
That makes a little difference.
I'm sorry, but, I did go down south to schools. Did you get that? 1 to 4.
That wording should be changed.
1 to 4. 4 was excellent, 1 was replacement.
Good with 15.
Any other comments? Okay. I guess mine's 1 to 5 at works. Okay. Anything else for the good of the cause? Meeting's now over. Did you need a copy of the evaluation? Or you got them all? Okay.
But it's 1 to 4, not 1 to 5.
Yes.
Yes.